Hi, everyone. I'm Jim Cooley. I'm a pastor and elder at Lake Tahoe Christian Fellowship in South Lake Tahoe, California. And I have to tell you, my wife and I broke down last week and we made the drive to Reno and we picked up the grandkids and we brought them home with us. And they're still here. And we've been doing a lot of homework and cooking and cleaning, cooking, and walking, board games, cooking, tearing up the whoops at the bike park across the meadow from us. And it's thrown me off my schedule, off my structure, my routine. I tend to be a little religious, and I don't mean that in a good way. I mean structured and discipline versus relational. Sometimes it's good to have structure in your life, and a certain amount of routine I think is healthy and good and probably non-negotiable for a guy like me. But begs the question, where is God in all of that? Am I allowing God the room to move within my structure? Oswald Chambers wrote this, and I just got to tell you up front, sometimes this guy just fries me. Your God may be your little Christian habit. Ouch. A little condescending, actually. Oh, I can't do that right now. This is my time to be alone with God. No, says Oswald Chambers. This is your time to be alone with your habit, because it's possible to worship your habit rather than God. Ouch, ouch. Can't stand that guy sometimes. You know, one of the less deadly aspects of this pandemic is that, like my grandkids, it's thrown a wrench in my routine. Because somebody needs food, somebody needs wood stacked, someone needs a ride somewhere, someone needs paper products, specifically toilet paper. Somebody needs financial assistance. And so I have to ask, is this really on me? Is this my responsibility? It's all just so very disruptive and intrusive. And the reality is, God is all over that stuff. The lawyer asked Jesus, Luke 10:29, "And who is my neighbor?" And Jesus shared with him the parable of the Good Samaritan. We use that term pretty freely. If someone does a good deed for another person, we call them a Good Samaritan. That was a Good Samaritan act. But in Jesus' day, to his culture, that actually, those words actually didn't work together, good and Samaritan. There was a lot of this between the Jewish and the Samaritan cultures. It'd be like us saying, oh, that nice young man from the Taliban. So in the parable, robbers had beaten and stripped this man, left him bleeding by the side of the road, and two religious guys walked by, the priest and the Levite, and they just keep on going. Maybe they pretended they didn't see him, or maybe they shot up a quick prayer like, oh, don't let him bleed out, Lord, before he gets help from someone. Maybe they just, checked their phones like, yeah, I won't make any eye contact here. Turned up their worship music. Yeah, I don't want to hear him moaning, so yeah, that kind of a deal. Whatever happened, here's what we know for sure. It certainly did not interfere with their schedules, their routine, their structure on that day. One guy, though, the Good Samaritan, he got his routine turned on its ear that day. And I'd like to say, if I'm in that story, that I'm the Good I'm one of the religious guys. Jesus said this, Matthew 16:25. Whoever would save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Here's the thing. We can eat healthy and we can get exercise. Good stuff. We can wash our hands frequently, keep them off our faces. We can wear masks and gloves and clean all the surfaces and look both ways before you cross the street. But the bottom line is this. You cannot save your life. You can only spend it. Bless you guys. I hope you're well.